Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review for the FrameArms gray colored Frame Architect Renewal version. So this is basically just something that Kotobukiya makes and sells for basically just making your own frame arms kit. This is just like the inner frame, the skeleton of a basic frame arms kit, and then you can use this and using other parts from other frame arms or option sets and stuff like that, you can basically just build your own frame arms unit here. So it was pretty cool. I have been meaning to show you guys, I have a few frame arms kits here and I've been meaning to build one and review it for you guys. So I do want to do that soon, but I just got this in the mail. This is something that was in my private warehouse in HLJ for a while, and so finally just got this sent here. I actually don't really have any particular plan for this at the moment. I just wanted to get one to try out what they were like, because they seem pretty cool. So I don't know, I'll figure out something cool to do with this. But anyway, these are in 1/100 scale, but I don't think that's actually comparable to like 1/100 scale Gunpla. So we'll see what the size is actually like when it's built up. I'm assuming it's going to be like somewhere between HG and MG size. I think probably closer to HG size though, in terms of like relating this to Gunpla. So here just on the front you can see there's a few different things here showing off the articulation. Obviously it's just an inner frame, so should have pretty nice simple articulation here. Has obviously all these little port holes on it there for just plugging in all sorts of different stuff, different parts and things like that. We have a couple different options here for the eyepieces, a couple of clear pieces included for those. One that's more of just like a regular visor piece, and one that's kind of more similar to like a Gray's mono eye there. Just going around a little bit here on the box, we can see just a little bit about this here. Some specs, color variants. There's a couple different colors. Mine is the gray version. There's also a white and a like black and purple version as well. Just here on the side, just the same kind of stuff there. On this side, we've just got this information, and the list price for this is 1,200 yen. So it's a little bit more expensive. I guess that's like the same price as like an HG Gunpla kit or like a lower end HG Gunpla kit. Obviously, just going to be a lot of gray here. Just a couple runners there. You can see we have some different hand options. Looks like maybe open hands and closed fists. So that's cool. And then some lighter gray parts for like the kneecaps, the feet, the head is all in like a lighter gray color. It's definitely not as light gray as it looks on the box though. And then a couple of clear parts. Here are two clear blue parts. For the instructions, looks like we have a couple of things here. It's just a order sheet. This is just going to be our really simple instruction sheet here for the Frame Architect Renewal version. Just going to be building this up, the head, chest, the waist, and then the arms, and then the legs, and that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the runners. So there are no foil stickers or any kind of stickers at all with this kit, so we'll just get right into the polycaps. We have PCA here. It's just all actually the same polycap. We just have 9 of them, this same A polycap. It's a pretty simple, basic polycap shape there. Then our A runner here, again, just kind of frame parts in gray, not really too much else to say about that. The markings for these runners are Frame Architect Type 001R, as the R is for renewal. Then runner B, same gray color, same thing, it's just more frame parts and stuff. No runner marking for this, but we do have 2 of this runner, so I'm guessing this is mostly parts for the arms and legs. Runner C, lighter gray color in this case. It's a slightly tannish as well. This is parts, like I said, for the head, the kneecaps, I think maybe elbows as well, and the feet. Runner D, there are 2 tiny little clear blue parts here for your different options for the eye. And then skipping all the way to runner V for this one here, this is just all of our hands. As I said, this is closed fist, open hands. It looks like holding hands as well, so that's pretty cool. 3 different options it looks like for our hands, and this runner is marked just FA hand, so FrameArms hand. I guess this is the generic FrameArms hand runner. So that's it for the unboxing portion. I'll now get this snapped up and then we'll get into the review. Alright, so I'm back here with the kit all assembled, and also I've got a little bit of a cold now, so you'll have to excuse my voice maybe sounding a bit weird or maybe a little bit of sniffling now for the rest of this review, but Anyway, it's a cool kit, very simple. I mean, obviously this is not really meant to be just a kit like on its own. It's meant to be sort of the frame that then you can then use to build off of. So this is like, you know, similar to any of Kotobukiya's like MSG like option sets. This is basically sort of like an option set for making your own mobile suit. But I mean, I guess you could have maybe other uses for it as well, other than building your own mobile suit. I don't know. One way I could see maybe someone using this just as is, if you wanted to use this as just like a reference for poses, so like sort of similar to like how an artist may use like one of those like wooden skeletons as a way to just like reference a certain like body pose. This is really super articulate, so I think it'd be a good reference for if you wanted to like try out a certain pose, like see how it looks, and then, you know, modify your, you know, other kit, whatever, to match the pose or something like that, if that's something you wanted to do. Anyway, let's take a look at the articulation. I guess before we getting into the articulation, just looking around the kit here, you can see it's just got all these holes there on there where you can plug in stuff. Obviously, if you're going to be working with FrameArms kits, those should be able to plug on to different areas with not much problems. Alternatively, if you're going to be using any other parts, Gundam parts or something like that, I think you could definitely do that, and that's probably what I'm going to try to do with mine. What I'm probably going to do is try like kit bashing this with some Gundam parts or something, but I haven't quite decided yet. But you could obviously, of course, do that. You're just going to have to do some modifications, making your own holes, or just gluing the parts onto there, and however that you can, or whatever. Anyway, so I'll do some experimenting with that. Let's take a look at the articulation here. For the eye, I've just gone with just the regular visor, but just as a reminder, we do also have this other piece here, which is again like similar to like the Graze's like circular mono eye sort of looking thing. So the head is able to go up to there, down to there, and then just move side to side and turn around. It's just on a kind of joint there that will give you that kind of rotation there, just a ball joint, but it's kind of like really far down on the ball joint, so it's a little bit limited. Let's see, shoulders are also just on a ball joint, so we just pop those out there. So those will move around up and down and forward and back and every which way. And then we have a point of articulation there, so the arm is able to go up that far, and then we can move that around there, rotate here, double joint in the elbow, which is not actually going to give us 180 degrees. You'd think with how bare bones the skeleton is, you'd be able to do 180 degrees, but it's going to get to just about there, almost. I mean, that's pretty darn close. Most just as good, if not better, than most Gundam kits can do. And then the wrist, we do have another point of articulation here. The hand is able to move like that. The hands included with this kit are actually really, really nice. And we do have a few different ones. So here I've got the open hands on there. Those are just plugged straight on, so no ball joints for those. And so that is a little bit unfortunate that you don't have any option. It would have been nice to have hands that have hinges for the wrists, so you're able to move the hand back. Aside from those open hands, we have those for the left and right side. Then we also have two closed fists, just like this, which are also looking very nice. And then we have two holding hands. So no trigger finger hand. If you wanted to modify these into making a trigger finger, you could probably do that. Just cut the one finger and then just change the angle of it. But that's how those are going to work. These are opening like this. Just pull the fingers out like that. So you'll just put the weapon there and then close the fingers then over the handle of that. Okay, so those are our hand options. In the waist here we have some really nice articulation. This whole thing will move forward and back like that. So we have one point there and then a lower point there. So you can bend all the way forward like that. Can bend back to like there. That's just the straight position. Then it moves to the lower joint to go back all the way there. So full articulation there. Side to side, unfortunately, is not going to really have anything there. It doesn't really move to the side at all. You can, of course, rotate it and do something like that, but no articulation to the left or the right there, bending in the waist. The hips as well. There's no like swinging joint here. The legs are just plugged straight onto this peg here. So like in some Gundam kits, especially like master grades, newer master grades, this joint will swing up and down. And other kits as well, some high grades and non-grades as well. But with this kit, we don't have that. We just have a rotation there at the top of the leg. Of course, a double joint in our knee here with a full 180 degrees there at the knee. that is good. And then this knee part is of course just an option part as well, just something that comes with this kit, but if you didn't want to use that, that's just a peg on there. And it's the same thing for the heads and feet too. Those are just, and this part here on the front of the chest and on the back, those are just parts that you can take on and off if you want. Then the ankle will move side to side. This ankle joint is really stiff, but that will move side to side like that very far. And then like that, and then down, all the way down, and forward to about there. So overall, just of course really nice articulation. And for a quick size comparison here, you can see the frame compared with the HG Revive RX-782 Gundam. So this is going to be the very standard 18 meter size Gundam in 1/44 scale. So this kit is, the FrameArms frame that is basically the size of like a larger high grade. So it's kind of between there. It's definitely not really big enough for a master grade. I guess you could, like, I mean, obviously doing some modification work, you could stretch the proportions and maybe get it to work, get the frame to work for making like a smaller 1/100 scale, like a Victory size, crossbone size, wing sort of like smaller size 1/100 scale kit. But anyway, there's for the size. So yeah, you can definitely do some really radical poses with this kit. Here I'll just show you a few on and off the Kotobukiya flying base R here. This is a base, obviously you can use it with at a lot of different points. The plug-in points there, the female holes there on the kit are all universal size, so they're going to be able to do pretty much anything with those. Other than that, not really going to be too much more that I could say about this kit. It's just really a pretty simple little thing there. I'm really interested to see how easy it's going to be to try to modify this to put other parts onto it, parts like Gundam parts that are not made to go onto this frame. So that should be pretty interesting. If you guys are interested in picking one of these up, try out for yourself. I'm sure whenever I get around to working on with mine, you'll be seeing more of it here on my channel whenever I get around to doing a project involving this. But I have some other projects I'm going to be doing first, so that won't be probably anytime soon. But get one for yourself and maybe check it out, try it out. The other different color versions, I don't think there's any difference in them at all except for the color, so it really doesn't matter which color you get, and you're probably going to be building over most of it or painting it anyway, so color probably doesn't really matter too much. I just went with a gray just because I figured it'd be pretty neutral anyway. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was informative. If you want to check out some Kotobukiya fun stuff. And that's it for this video. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.